Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Director. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. As you can see, I'm not at my house. I am dog sitting, and if you look over there, there's Benny. Say hi, Benny. Okay, so we have a lot to cover today because we're doing the week ahead and also this eclipse, which is some serious energy for you. It's falling in your ninth house. So, communication with spirit. This is your opportunity to really, level up on that communication with spirit. This is new moon eclipse energy, so it goes out like 6 months. So, I think you guys have been doing a lot of healing, and now I think you're moving to that next step where you start integrating from the healing and you start ascending. Like, I think you'll notice it. You're already ascending. I don't want to say you'll start ascending, but I think you'll notice the next level, the next phase, because this healing process, this is all part of the ascension process. And so before I turned on the, well, actually this morning, before I even got up and got moving, I wanted to meditate a little bit on everybody's energy, and Spirit gave it to me in the form of water for everybody. And for you, I saw you in a pond floating. And I'm like, floating, and they're like, it's healing. And so these are healing water energies that are coming in. You are doing the hard work and you are making progress, and now you're starting to heal. So I also selected the oracle cards. They're water crystal oracle cards from Dr. Emoto. And what he does is he takes pictures. Oh my gosh. He takes pictures of water. You have, this is, Lourdes in France, it's a holy place, and there's water that heals there. But this actually says love underneath. But this is water crystals, and so he puts them under a microscope and he takes pictures of them. And look how beautiful it is. This is the love. Divine love for you. Divine love for yourself. And it's healing. Because it says healing at the top, and it's love. So this is healing of the heart space. This is so beautiful. You guys have been working so hard. I'm so happy to see that for you. I really am. So let's get moving on. Go ahead and do the 9-card spread for this eclipse energy. Oh my goodness. So if you've never seen my 9-card spread before, what I do is the center card is the key to the situation. It's the key. And then we do thoughts, feelings, and actions, past, present, and future. Okay. Sorry, I took a peek. Ooh, I told you, you guys are about to level up. Okay, let's go. This is exciting. I am so excited. Every time I do the Scorpio readings, I just get so excited. All right, so here you go. We have Saint Germain, the initiation. You're being initiated. You're learning. He's a spirit guide who is definitely helping with the deep inner knowing, higher calling, initiation stuff. This is very cool. So that's your overall energy coming out of this eclipse. Let's see what's at the key. The key we have, you have the sands of time, but it's in reverse. And when it's in reverse, the sand's actually falling back into it. You have all the time you need. You have all the time you need. You haven't missed out on anything, and you know it, because that's in your heart space. You're like, wait a minute, all these detours, all these things I've had to learn, all these hard things, they meant something, they were important. They brought me to this place where I am now, where I'm starting to connect with my higher spirit, where I'm starting to understand this stuff, and it was worth it. It was hard, but it was worth it. And believe me, it's the hardest lessons that are the most important ones. And so you have the intricacies and industry. Okay, so this was in the past and it was in reverse. But what's interesting about this is like the details, but maybe you weren't really paying attention or thinking about the details. But this card's also interesting because that little spire, it points to something that's important. And so what it's pointing to, we're just going to go ahead and go to it, was your heart space. And it was the muse. And so the reason you weren't paying attention to details is because you were listening to your heart. And instead of thinking your way through problems, you were feeling your way through problems. And so I just want to stand up and applaud you for that. That's how you're supposed to do it. When you're trying to manage things of the heart should take precedence. You can analyze a lot of things, but really when it comes down to the final decision, the final call on things, the heart has its place in the decision making. If you make it all about the analysis, then you're missing out. And here you are, you're thinking about, what do I want to create, how I'm going to create it. You are looking so in charge here. You know that you have time. You know that you can create your world. You've done the hard work. And in the future, you have Uriel and the Sphinx. And so if you're looking for an angel to ask for some guidance on gaining more knowledge into your higher self, into the access, this is what this is. This is the ancestral. This is the past lives energy. So when Uriel and the Sphinx shows up, that's you tapping into the wisdom that you've learned over lifetimes and really being able to integrate it into this lifetime in the ascension process. So I want to ask you to make sure that you call on St. Michael for help so that you are protected. I think that that you might, because it came out in the reverse. I never think of St. Michael as being in the reverse. The only reason it would be in the reverse is because you are neglecting to ask for his help, not because he wouldn't help you. He absolutely would. And so it's in your heart space. And so because it's in your heart space, all right, so St. Michael will cut the cords of negative attachment to past life karma that you don't even know about. So you can simply say, St. Michael, please cut all the negative karma from my life and release me from anything that I owe karmically or ancestral karmically. So a lot of people right now came here to resolve family karma. And that was actually one of the things that I'm here for. But I think I've managed to clear a lot of it. So the message I get is that I have, it feels like I have. So it was a dream. But anyways, so you can do this for yourself. And St. Michael was who did it for me. And so I just asked him, and then he surrounded me in this blue light. It was like an egg of blue light. And then I watched him cut the cords, all the negative energy cords. They were big, huge, thick black cords, and he just sliced them all up. So in your heart, while you're going through this ascension process, while you're doing all this hard work, don't be dragging around karma from past lives or ancestral karma that may not actually even be your karma. And just ask St. Michael to come in and cut the cords of negative energy out of your life so that you're lighter and you can, ascend, right? It's like a weight holding you down. Oh, goodness. You got hit by a lightning bolt. Like out of the blue, something came in and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm figuring things out. I finally figured it out. I don't know. It looks like a very powerful moment, like, oh my gosh, that's excellent. Yes, I love to see that for you. And then you have, currently you have wishes fulfilled, but it is in the reverse. But I feel like it's a delay, not that they're not going to be filled. Because it's in the present moving forward. And so I think that you are going to figure out how to get it done. But I think it starts with cutting the cords of negative karma. So we're going to put this in the upright. You can absolutely create, you are a manifester. We're all manifestors. You can create all the abundance that you want and need. You have all the time you need to do it. You have all the power to do it. You have all the protection and the guidance. There's no reason not to have it. So I think the only thing would be missing here would be your belief. So believe it. I order you to believe it. Okay, and then, all right, so the outcome card is balance in reverse. So that's 6 months from now. And I think the balance card was in reverse because St. Michael was in reverse. I think Michael was in reverse because you weren't asking for his help with cutting the cords of ancestral karma. So, simple. Ask St. Michael to come in and help you. That way you can balance the scales of justice and you can get to where you want to go. This is all within your power. You just need to make some choices and you need to adjust a few things. Mostly it looks like you need to adjust your belief in yourself. But you can do this. Look at how much you've done. Look at how much you've already done. So sit down and write out for the next 6 months what you would like to accomplish in any area of your life, really, but in anything especially that has to do with spiritual development would be very opportune time to work on that. Turn over the piece of paper, write down a long, long list of all the things you're grateful for. I think when you start looking around your life and you realize all the things that you're grateful for, you start to feel better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself, you raise your vibrational level. And when you raise your vibrational level, now you attract the same vibration into your life, which is more abundance, because abundance resonates at a higher vibrational level than negative energy, stinking thinking. So I really feel like this is a matter of you getting your stinking thinking under control, and you will be taking off. So you have lizard spirit, dream the world into being. Yes, this is you just deciding that you can do it, and then going and doing it. You can do this. You can create this for yourself. The only thing that looks like it's stopping you at this point is you. And that's wonderful news, because you can totally control yourself. You can, through a lot of practice. So at one point in my life, things were really difficult, and I didn't know what, just not even going to go into the whole long story of it, but I shot up, I jumped up, went into my office, and I got a pile of index cards, and I started writing. I am financially secure. I am this. I am that. All the things that I wanted. There were like 17 cards front and back that I filled up. I am a great mother. I am, I am. And then every time I went into the bathroom, because that's where I go a lot, I read them, so they were getting read 3, 4, 5 times a day, right? And it changed the way I thought about my life. Instead of thinking I couldn't do anything, I said I am, as though I already had it, and stuff started falling into place. And I don't even know where that information came from. I don't know where that idea came from, except that it came from Spirit. But I got to tell you that it worked. And sometimes when I get off a track, I do it again. So you have father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. And so, if your stinking thinking is at the root because your father or the authority figure in your childhood. So, if you're raised by a single mom or by your grandmother, it could easily be a mother. If your dad wasn't around a lot, it could be your mother. So it's the authority figure. If they made you feel less than, if they made you feel like, wow, you just really don't get this right. Like, why didn't, you pay attention to what you're doing? If you would just do this, or you could do it this way, or, oh my gosh, that kind of conversation. Those little tapes are stuck in your head. They're so long ago, you may not even remember them, but they're still in there. They're like a background computer program that's constantly rolling. And it makes you feel so insecure and doubtful of yourself. And so St. Michael can help cut those cords too. Ask him to cut the tape recorder. Pull the plug. Visualize him just ripping the plug out or slicing it with a sword. Turn over to Spirit. So when you're writing your new moon intentions, write one of your intentions as, I release myself from all the negative, self-limiting beliefs that were imposed upon me as a child. I hope you back that up and play that again, because those were not my words, and now I can't remember what I said. That was straight from Spirit. Like, because I can't remember what I said. Whenever that happens, that's not me talking. So back that up, play that, write it down. Something about negative self-limiting beliefs. I don't know, something like that. But whatever it was, play it and write it down. You know, your parents were doing the best they could. They were stressed. They have the tapes playing in their head from their parents, right? So break the cycle for yourself. Do what's good for you. And trust in yourself and believe in yourself and dream. So let's follow your yearning into the deep blue sea. So what is it that you really want to create for yourself? Go ahead and do it. There is infinite abundance available to you. So start by cutting the cords of negative attachments. If you have negative attachments to poverty, put that down. Anything that you're struggling with in this life, you probably have some sort of karmic negative attachment. Write it down and ask St. Michael to help you cut the cords. And burn the paper. Turn it over to Spirit. Let Spirit handle this. They can. All right, let's get into the week. So the overall energy for the week, let's figure out what that is. But we start out with the moon in Gemini. And so that's Sunday and Monday. And there should be, try to find an opportunity to do some meditation, create some space, some peace. Prepare yourself for the eclipse. Write your stuff down. Get ready for it. This is powerful stuff, and it's a really great opportunity. The Gemini is in your house of transformation. So what do you want to transform? You know, and then turn it over to Spirit. Oh, this is so nice. Okay. This isn't so nice. This is you worrying about everything. Oh my gosh, cut the cords. But this is what's really beautiful. This is you understanding that you are the magician in your own life, that you are the co-creator of your life with Spirit, that you can create whatever, and you can move away from the thin ice, and you can move to safety, and you can heal. All you have to do is move in that direction. Step away from that thin ice, move back towards safety. Ask St. Michael to protect you and to cut the cords of negative energy that are holding you back. And if you can't identify what they are, it does not matter. He knows. God knows. He'll be like, over here, oh yeah, and cut this one too. Okay? You're doing such good work. Don't be up all night being freaked out. This dream, it almost makes you think that if you're having nightmares, you know, try to rewrite them. And also keep a dream journal. There's lots of places online where you can say, dream meaning of. Dream meaning of a black belt. A dream meaning of scissors. A dream meaning of... I know a lot of them, but I would say once or twice a week, I'm looking something up. I'm like, wait, that was really important. And it might be something, but it's what you wake up. If you're remembering that small little detail, then it's important. Oh, yeah, deep knowing. Spirit just wants you to know that this new beginning, this realization that you have, it's the deep knowing of you are, I want to say, let me introduce you to yourself. Let me introduce you to yourself. You are getting to know who you are. Like really, probably for the first time, like really understanding who you are and starting to like yourself a little more and hopefully falling in love with yourself. And there's this need for acceptance when that moon moves into Leo. Leo is all about that self-assuredness, that I'm large and in charge, and we have acceptance and growth. And that's happening, it happens Wednesday night. So it's like at 11:19 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that's really Thursday and Friday, you know, so you're coming out of this, you're starting to heal, you're starting to understand that you can do this. There's this deep knowing that you can do this. And now there's that stepping into your power of self-belief, self-esteem, self-assurance. This is happening in your 11th house of groups and group activities and your very public persona. And so I want to say to you, fake it until you make it. Maybe you're not feeling so self-confident. Maybe you have a lot of doubts about that. this goes here. Maybe you have a lot of doubts about that, but Spirit's saying no. Fake it till you make it. If you start acting like it, you'll believe it. Oh, we have get in the flow, reliable, oh my gosh. You have mental repetition. Oh, that is what I did, right? With the index cards. It really works. They're like, yeah, no, it works. It does. It really works. It changes your thought patterns. It creates new tapes for your brain. So if you've asked St. Michael to pull the plug on the old tapes, you need to reprogram it. You need a new one in there, right? And so that's what you get. And now look, you have choice. And I want to say, choose to be happy. Choose to follow your dreams. Choose to go after what you really want. Choose to love yourself. Choose to believe that you are lovable. Choose to believe that you came here with a purpose and you are on your way. You are going to discover what it is. And Scorpio, part of the process for Scorpio is always about learning to trust themselves and to trust others and to love themselves and to love others. And when you guys figure it out, you show the rest of us the way. That's a lot of responsibility, but you picked it. Just gonna say, you can do this. You can transform your life into anything. You're magical. And you are protected. Oh, gosh, I just love Spirit so much. Okay, so we have Isis. You are protected. You are so protected. And you have Aphrodite, self-love. So as you're going through this transition and you're learning to accept and you grow, love yourself, you are protected throughout this process. St. Michael protects. Isis is here for protection. This is not, I really hate that they took her name. So, Aphrodite says self-love, and then the moon says self-love on Saturday. So, I don't know, kind of thinking I've seen a theme develop here. Healing and believing in yourself, deep inner knowing. This reliable, I keep looking at this, and I think this is about you showing up consistently to talk to Spirit. This is about you being reliable. So, what works best for you? Is it when you're laying in bed in the morning before you jump out of bed? Is it as you're winding down at night? Is it, you know, when the kids are at their play date? I don't know. You find a time that works for you. Try to be as consistent with it. Be as reliable as you can with it. And just spend that time, you know, breathing and getting in touch with Spirit. And see, where was that card? Right here. This card was in the reverse about your wishes coming true. It says wishes fulfilled. Well, this card says your wishes are coming true. So this is about you just believing it. The only thing that's stopping them from coming true is your lack of actual belief of the situation. You actually can make this happen. You have all the power. You have all the power and you're so protected. All right, I'm going to get you a crystal card. You can pick up crystals online. I prefer to go to a store where I can touch them and feel their energy. But, you know, a good one for you to pick up to use for this month, for this energy of this eclipse, so really for the next 6 months, is Prehnite. Prehnite. It says, I accept the impermanence of all things. I know that change brings renewal and goodness. You are a fixed sign. Change is hard for you. And yet, you are ruled, Scorpio is ruled by the death card in the tarot. By Pluto, the planet of death and transformation. Like, things have to end. That's how it works, right? In the fall, the leaves turn brown, they die, they fall off the trees. They break down, they feed the soil gets into the, you know, the nutrients gets into the roots soak it up, they send it back up the trunk to the branches, and in the spring there's new growth with the leaves. It's a cycle. But if the leaves don't fall off, then the tree can't have new leaves. You have to let something go. You have to let it go. You have to move away from that which is not working so that you can have that new beginning, so that you can create this. And I can see that making this change is really, really hard. Like, this has got you stressed out. But just believe that your wishes are coming true. You are being protected. And self-love is so important. And you're getting there. You're getting there. Scorpio, I am so proud of you and the hard work you've been doing. And I just want to cheer you on and say, keep going, keep going. You've got this. It looks tough. But you came here to do this. So keep going. All right? And we will talk soon. You take care. Keep going.